button has been hit.
So, where we had last left our adventurers, we had chosen to save Karrith over Nyphix. After all, we had no idea where Karrith was going, but we knew Nyphix would end up at the jail. Easy to find after she was taken by the guards. The guards, now infected with the worms from Nyphix, hauled her off to the jail and threw her down in the cell in the labyrinth. Meanwhile, Razzik, Karrith, and Eelix headed off and started moving around town trying to figure out their best vantage point on how to save Nyphix with the least amount of casualties possible. Karrith and Razzik watching guard and watching as the guards were changing hands, the different patrol routes, different things going in and out of the jail, trying to get a good idea, were the scouts, while Eelix went off to go and meet with Nails, an old Tree of Ravens member, one of the higher ranking members. Eelix asked if there was a possibility that he would help out in this situation and come and help save Nyphix. And Nails, unfortunately, was very unbudging, basically saying that I've gotten out of this situation because I am not with the Tree of Ravens, so I'm not a wanted criminal. However, if I throw my hat back in the ring with you, I get to kiss my retirement goodbye. And all hell will fall down on me as the Emperor will try and kill me along with you guys. It's not as simple as just helping you out this one time. Eelix had basically, during this conversation as well, Nails was like, you guys are still even fighting around as the tree? The tree is burned. What are you doing? And Eelix was so kind as to tell it like it is. Well, I like to consider them more like pets. Their tree is down, but, we're trying to make sure that everything goes according to plan, at least until they realize that their tree is gone. And then maybe we can all move on from this situation. There was a conversation of whether we were going to go and get Malik and his crew in on it. After all, thanks to Karrith, Kurtz has been infected with the worms as well, and while he doesn't know it yet, it's only a matter of time before he figures that out. Eelix came back with some goodies that he had gotten from Jez's shop, a childhood friend of Karrith, and the three of our team, as well as two new ones in the form of Club, and then potentially, if we can get them to join us, Bella and Blondie are looking to join us as well, which I didn't add Club to the map here because honestly he doesn't matter in this the situation, but we'll add his ass in here as well. Brr. Some giant, right? Our team took advantage of a small opening, dashed into the labyrinth that is full of monsters, creatures, and traps, after blowing the door off of its hinges, and went down in an attempt to save Nyphix. Nyphix, however, was doing some work, working with a guard who she had become friends with, somebody who sympathized with her, who wanted to be in the Tree of Ravens, but failed the test, unfortunately, and wasn't able to become a member during that time. So he instead went to the guards and started his service with the guards instead. This man became increasingly twitchy the more that he was visiting Nyphix, and Nyphix realized within short order that this guard was infected. During the final visit, after he had brought in her food and then came back, locking himself in the cell with her, he had fully caved into the worms, rubbing himself with a magical item. This way he can absorb its magical properties and spread the worms faster. He looked at Nyphix and simply said, "Isn't it great to be human? Entirely human?" Before attacking Nyphix, trying to kill her in the cage, of which she is hopefully trying to escape. With that, we'll rejoin our crew. Sick. Let's go to Tavern Combat. anticipation. And let's get a let me get a quick roll on the table to see who I'm going to even go with first. We'll get the percentile dice going with the double digits being the larger of the group and the smaller digit being Nyphix. Looks like the larger of the group is going first.
Yeah.
So, with that, we cut to Razzik, Karrith, and Eelix. Each of you, after stumbling into this mirror trap, are currently facing off against an aspect of yourself. Razzik, you sit in a peaceful stance, hands out to... Oh, yeah, shit. Razzik, sorry, I almost forgot to remind you to do something. You owed me an arcane check for that dagger.
You wanted Arcana, or did you want Spellcraft?
Knowledge Arcana.
Knowledge Arcana. You got it, Hoss. Oh, that is the wrong butte pond. There we go. That's a 29.
Okay. So the dagger that you have on you is a dagger of the elements. When imbued with an element, that wind that surrounds it and sucks inside the dagger basically turns it into a funneled chamber and then makes the dagger hold that element for 10 rounds.
Okay.
So say that you decided to cast some ice into it, it becomes an ice dagger for 10 rounds, dealing an extra d4 of ice damage.
Sweet. So do I need to expend a spell slot for that?
Well, in that case, because of your high roll, you'll also know that if you attune it to an element, but it takes a little bit of time to attune it to said element, like holding it inside of a campfire, it will also take that aspect. It'll take the fire from a campfire, but it takes a little longer than hitting it with a spell slot. You'll have to hold it in that campfire or hold it in ice for at least 3 rounds.
Well, I guess. Okay.
But all right. So now back to this combat. Razzik, you sit there in a meditative stance while the Razzik across from you is literally boiling lava from his eyes, his mouth, his hands, and he is in a fit of rage, ready to go into hardcore battle. Karrith, you face off against the Karrith of an equal measure. One who is just simply openly blaming you for everything that's happened. It's your fault the captain died. It's your fault you weren't there. It's your fault the tree fell. And Eelix, you find yourself in a pleasant conversation with yourself, who very openly walked into this battle, clapped his hands together, looked at you and was like, hey, do we have to do this? It's the thing we got to do. Like, we could be peaceful about this, right?
Absolutely.
I'd like the 3 of you to roll initiative.
You got it.
That'd be a 15 plus a 8 is 23.
I got an 18.
All right.
Lots of dice likes to roll for me.
What you got, Karrith?
Fucking pet hair all over me.
I just clicked the dice thing, so I'm just waiting for it to actually roll.
Nyphix, give me a roll in this as well.
Oh, that's what that does.
We're all in combat to equal measures. Are we starting off cocked? Oh,
Giggity.
sorry, Karrith.
It's all right. That definitely hit me, saying I was the reason.
No, it's not cocked.
No, that's a 19.
It is 19. I think it's
So what'd you get?
plus. I think I have a +1 actually. I do, so it makes it a 20.
All right. So now I know who is who in the turn order. Duality, you are up. You have Eelix sitting in front of you, who is taking his stride into this battle as well. Not really coming into contact with any of the other forces.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you and just simply goes, I wonder which one will win, pointing at Karrith.
Well, it'll be the one that doesn't get up in their feelings the most. That'll be my honest guess.
So what you're saying, it's a draw.
It could be. If one can get out of their head long enough to get anything done, then one could win. But yeah, I'd say it's 60-40.
Well, one's saying the quiet part out loud, and the other person's been saying the quiet part in quiet this entire time.
Yeah, like I said, 60-40.
I got bets, though, on Razzik Fireball Champ taking out Razzik Meditated Champ. What do you got?
Yeah, actually, I got money on both of them kind of like taking each other out in this one.
Oh, I guess we'll see.
I think they'll both get a little fireball happy. I mean, they do like to set things on fire.
And with that, he'll sit down and observe the fight with you. And you'll notice that he is digging in his pocket for something, but I will reveal that something in a minute. Nyphix, we're going to cut over to you. You have currently stunned your assaulter with a bucket of pee. And as he's dusting the piss off of himself, he's setting up for his next blow, which he will take at disadvantage as he is, covered in fecal. Oh.
Yes, be descriptive for death.
Right? That is going to be a 15 to hit.
That hits.
All right. He'll take 7 points of damage as he slams you into the ribs and up against the wall. And as he does, you feel his hand undulate around your body. He is now gripping you against the wall, his smiling face contorted ear to ear, and you just simply hear him mutter out, "Don't make me wake the others. Make it easy on yourself." And it is your turn.
I guess, she's gonna look at him and go, I don't fucking care if you wake the others, because this probably will, and I'm going to cast Sound Burst on him and the doors to the cell.
All right. Soundburst Pathfinder. It is a fortitude saving throw, and I'm going to give disadvantage on this as well. What's your DC?
16.
I'm at. So it is going to do partial, which is 1d8 sonic damage, and it will not be stunned.
As long as it either pushes him off of me and possibly breaks open the door, that's all that fucking matters.
We'll see. Roll that damage. Let's see how high you get.
4.
That's a d6. You need a d8.
That is a d6. You're right. Jesus. That's the d8. I think.
We've only just started, and the nervous energy is
A 3.
Okay, you hit the sound burst, and as you do, you will feel it, the skin and muscles and sinew rippling through this creature, but he is holding tight while smiling at you, and as he does, a worm falls from his left eye socket and hits the ground. Anything else you'd like to do? An escape artist check can be used as a bonus action in this instance.
I mean, we could definitely try. Worst that's gonna happen is we fail. I guess we'll attempt to get out of said pinned hold.
All right.
That is a 18 plus 1, so that's a 19.
All right. You slide out of his hold, and you are now on the outside, sitting by his belt. You will find the key ring on his left side that works the door. Go ahead and mess up our cameras, Coco.
Nope. Yeah, not entirely, but you've been shifted. Everybody else is fine.
No, my shifting. but all right. So, you see the key ring on his side. You can do a move action and grab a hold of the keys and pop open the door if you like, or start working at the door. I'm going to require a sleight of hand, and this will get you out of the cage at this point. So go ahead, sleight of hand check.
You mean the check that I don't have?
Well, it looks like it's
it would be just dex then, right? If you roll an 18, just add your dex, right?
Yep.
Well, 17 in dex, whatever.
That's a 17.
Mama's rolls are fire. All right.
Plus dex.
That's plus.
You slide the keys off of the belt.
One.
You jam them in the door, and you fly out. You are now holding, and I'm going to move you a 30. Out of 30. That's how fast you can move. So I'll move you a 15 distance away as you are now trying to flee this giant, monstrous man that had you pinned in the cage. As Roland proceeds to watch you flee out the door and turns to you, the grin still on his face. Next up in turn order is Razzik. Razzik, you and your shadow copy are currently battling 1-1. You sit there in your meditative stance, and you will watch as this other Razzik begins whipping his hands at the ground, trying to load.
No.
Huh?
Nope. My eyes are closed. I'm not watching anything. I have centered myself in the universe, and I have understood that this is illusion, and I will not be fooled by it.
All right. Well, let's see if that holds up. As the fire comes off, and everybody who is watching will see the fire whipping against the ground, and watch as the illusory Razzik pulls his hands up and fires this magmatic blast at the other Razzik, at the true Razzik. Razzik, make me a will saving throw.
Okay. 12.
12. All right. With that, the magma hits against Razzik, and you see it kind of start melding around almost this psychic shield before it pours over top of Razzik, and he takes 10 psychic damage.
Your disbelief is not strong enough.
I will disbelieve it harder.
All right. You reaffirm yourself and set yourself into that disbelief. Go ahead and make me a CMB check. Actually, you know what? No, make me a spellcraft check. Spellcraft.
Okay. Yeah. I will do this thing. That's 18.
Are you all right this morning? These dice do not like you.
No. I fucking hate owlbear, and it always rolls low, and if it does it one more time, I'm rolling somewhere else.
So
I hate their dice thing. It sucks.
With that, you put up your blade of shield one more time, trying to force this image to cow, this rage to subside. And with that, it is now Karrith versus Shadow Karrith. The two of you are now caught in a decadent dance. The two of you have slashed each other already once. And with that, Shadow Karrith looks at you and goes, "Just do us both a favor and die here. That's what you want, right? That's what you need, isn't it?" What do you do in response?
We can't die now. And I think I just wait for him to do his attack like he did last time.
All right. Are you okay with life?
He's okay with taking that.
All right, that's a nat 20 to hit. And if I remember correctly, you're a wielding dagger.
Yes.
All right.
Just pop him back over here.
So that's 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage.
9 points?
Yep.
Okay.
As the dagger sinks deep into your thigh, scraping bone. What would you like to do?
I think when he gets himself open, then I'm going to try to then stab the dagger up into his armpit.
All right, make your attack roll. Ooh, good shot. That's a hit.
Okay, that's just a hit. Because I was going to add, so that's good. All right.
He's wearing the same armor as you. That's a hit for you.
Yeah, true. And you have that armor on him that I put on, right?
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I want this to be a fair fight. So that's going to be 8.
All right. That brings him up to 14 points. And as you sit there, your dagger's entwined, yours in his armpit and his in your leg. He looks at you and goes, we wouldn't even be here if they didn't come after you first.
I know.
Cuts over to Eelix. You'll watch as your mirror image pulls some grains out of his pocket, some buckwheat and some corn, and he holds it off to the side. And as he does, you'll see that his robe begins to billow, and out of the side comes this green creature. It's got black shoulder, almost armor around its black armor around its shoulder, its waist, its knees, its elbows, anywhere where there's a joint that it would end up bending. And you'll watch as it comes over and begins eating out of the palm of his hand.
I saw that egg thing on me, right?
Yep.
Okay. Did we ever talk about how to use that?
We did not.
Okay. So I'm going to reach into wherever I got this egg stashed. And I'm just going to kind of like twirl it in my fingers a little bit. Be like, So am I to understand that that is what this could be? If I do something? I'm actually going to ask it.
And Shadow Eelix will look at you and goes, yeah, I mean, I don't understand much about it. I think it was like sucking some type of feeling off of me. Just became this. Kind of cool. If you think about it.
So it just kind of popped out one day, huh?
So you're telling me you haven't hatched yours yet?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You're telling me you haven't hatched yours yet?
I haven't figured out how to hatch it yet.
Huh. I'm not sure if you'd want to.
I don't know. I mean, that looks like it might be a little fun having a little creepy lizard thing living in my robes. You know how we like to get on a good afternoon, like after a little bit of hard drinking? A little lizard running around the robes might be a lot of fun.
Could be in your robes. Could be in your body. It feeds off of the emotions you give it, the feelings you give it. It learns from you while it's on you.
I mean, it's had plenty to learn. That's for sure so far. Did it have a specific amount of time it takes to hatch, or is it just kind of like pop out when it's ready? Giggity.
Well, mine popped out like this because you're dangerous.
Oh, we're not dangerous. We're cuddly.
Sure we are. But yours, I would say let it absorb some of your magic. What's the worst that happens? It eats you?
There's a lot worse ways to go out than lizard mouth. So, as he said, since he gave me that idea, I'm going to go ahead and pump a little bit of how would I pump magic into this thing? Just expend out a spell slot?
Yep, if you expend out a spell slot, it will pump magic into it. And as he had also said, it feeds off of what you give it. So it learns while it's on you.
Yeah. And
You ever watch?
we all know that So I have 2 castings of level 2 spells per day. I'm going to go ahead and pump a level 2 into it.
All right.
Do I need to be specific with which spell?
You can be if you'd like to. Or you could just be neutral. Neutral is always also an option.
Well, we know how I like to be mouthy and let the words kind of do what they do rather than get into physical confrontations. So I'm going to pump a blistering invective into it.
All right.
With my, while focusing on my sarcastic, screw you attitude toward people that annoy me.
All right. And as you pump this spell into this green egg, you will watch as the green egg absorbs it. That little black ring that wraps around the egg will become protruded and then begins to take on the aspects of fire. And each flame is marked with different runic symbols that pop up on it. And the egg will now be warm to the touch.
So that's how that works. Does it matter which spell, like how powerful? Last question I'll ask before passing. Does it matter how powerful the magic is, or does it even have to be mine?
Well, I would say it could be whoever's. Wouldn't be totally unlike us to snatch some magic from somebody else. Razzik's got some pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah. Huh.
Actually, even Shadow Razzik over there has some pretty powerful stuff. Just throw your egg right into that fire there. Magic's magic.
Magic is magic.
I will also alert you, Eelix, you are dealing with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There are checks on your sheet to suss out bullshit. So
yeah.
just...
right now I'm taking everything with an extreme grain of salt. That was me testing to see if there was any honesty to what was being said initially. I will throw a sense motive out now, though, because now it wants me to do a thing rather than telling me something I should have already have known or figured out. To me, those are 2 different things. That's a 16 plus a... What's my sense motive? 6. So 22? Right?
This Eelix is trying to use you. He wants to see if that'll work. He doesn't know if it'll work for sure, if it'll destroy the egg.
Yeah.
Either way, it'll be funny.
I figured as much.
Sounds like something you would do.
Absolutely sounds like something I would do. All right, well, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. And I'm just going to continue looking at this thing and thinking about it while keeping an eye on Shadow Eelix.
And with that, the battle will shift to Nyphix versus Ronin the Worm Monster. As Nyphix, you squeeze yourself out of the arena. It is now your turn first. You will see that this monster is starting to undulate himself and compress himself so he can fly out this door after you and begin like a tidal wave chasing you down this hall to kill you. You hear the worms inside your own body screaming for Roland's success, demanding to be set free. And the heroism of the worms chasing you as they are looking to kill their murderer. What will you do?
That was a lot.
I mean, I did hit the last chapter, too. I just wanted to bring it up for this one as well. I poked this guy in the eye a couple times.
So I've made it out into the hallway.
Yep, you are roughly 10, 15 feet in front of the monster. At this point in time, it is now breaking down to a skill challenge. If you are not intending on fighting it, you will be skill challenge running from it. Again, every success is the closer that you get to getting away from it, and every failure is the closer that this thing is going to get to killing you.
Well, yeah. So is there real quick? Is there anything in the hallway? Say any scones on the wall, barrels, anything like that?
There are indeed sconces on the walls and these in these areas. There are also other jail cells on both your left and your right side. Many of them that go down the way. And you remember that there are other monsters that are inside this cell, including a beast that you heard getting tortured with electricity to keep it in line. You know that this is also a home for monstrous beings that have gotten out of line or that have been captured by the town at large. Also, just to be forthright, the skill challenge is going to involve your entire list of skills and what you want to do with it. And it won't end, unfortunately, until one of two things happen. Either you die or you find your friends. Of course, they can also break free from their own fight and come and help you. And that will end the skill challenge as well. There's also the third possibility of you fighting this thing and taking it out yourself.
So about 10 or 15 feet between me and him behind me.
Yep.
I'm going to run to the first cell and unlock it.
All right. As you run to the first cell and unlock it, You unlock the cell and see this almost dog-like beast in there. It is large and almost has a shadowed energy pouring over it. Its mouth is massive. Like, the mouth is almost twice the size of the body in general, as well as the head. This creature is being electrocuted currently, and is also a large monster.
Please don't lick the
You have no idea how it's going to fit out of such a small door. But judging by the body itself and how it's reacting to the electricity, you see it as well is undulating, almost slime-like. That was 10 feet of your movement.
Yo.
And you're done.
I will take the next 20 and run up the hallway.
All right. So with that, you will watch as Roland comes out of the cell, and he immediately gets pounced on by the creature. The creature makes his attack and goes to chomp down on Roland, which is unsuccessful as Roland grabs the upper lip and the bottom lip of this monster and begins holding it open. And then you will witness as Roland will pull his head back and then puke worms into this creature's mouth.
Oh my god!
The worms slam into the back of the throat and begin pouring over both sides of the mouth, and you'll watch as the creature's eyes go from aggression to fear of what is this thing doing. As Roland lets its head go, and it begins shaking its head side to side, stuck within the cage wall. And then Roland will take another step towards you. You do still have your main action. Do you need a minute to recover?
That was disgusting.
I was literally texting her, all right, that'll be enough of that. Like, cool. We're going to cool the jets on that one.
No, we have to heat the jets up.
No, that doesn't help with the worms. Anyway.
Yes, but eventually they would just take over the world and we'd be done with it.
Glad we're a team.
Just to save mass for a little while, I'm going to cast Stunning Barrier on myself.
All right. You will put up your shield and prepare yourself for a potential attack. So if he attacks you next round, we'll see if he gets stunned. And with that, it'll kick back over to Razzik. Razzik, another attack is incoming. Go ahead and roll another will save.
Okay. You piece of trash. Oh, fuck me around. 20. 17.
All right, and adding to that the shield that you had set up for last time, you will watch as the volcano pushes against you one more time, and that shield comes out, deflecting the magic and pushing it around you. And you do not take damage from this go, but you will see the other Razzik getting incensed as he looks at you and just simply says, "Why? Why won't you fight me? We have so much power."
I open my eyes, regard it coolly for a second, and then say, I don't speak to illusions. And close my eyes and double down.
And
On
roll,
get fucked, stay fucked.
roll another spellcraft check.
That's a 26.
And as you speak these words, you'll just watch as your illusion from the tips of his fingers that he held out to you begins to dissolve and turns to ash. You are freed from your spell. And the first to get out, if you so wish, I'm going to have you roll a perception check.
Okay. Let me see what I add to this nonsense. Dog water trash rolls. Well, let's see. I got a 16.
All right, sending you a message now.
Okay. God damn, my head itches.
All right, with that, it'll kick over to Karrith. Karrith be Karrith.
Okay.
Would you like first turn?
I think now that I have my dagger into his armpit and he has his in my leg, I'm now going to try to grapple around his neck to figuratively suplex him over me.
All right. Go ahead and make a CMB check.
Okay. Just a flat 10. Not good.
That is unfortunately not enough to best out your CMD. You go to suplex and he holds on tight, just keeping you locked in the ground with him.
Yeah. Cape and like get a good flex on because I feel it just dig that dagger into my leg. Shove's a action, right? Not a bonus.
To speak?
Shove.
No, you said
Oh,
shove.
shoving? Yeah, it's an action.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think I can much
CMB roll.
like get away from him. Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. With that, he is going to make an attempt. He wants to wound.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if that critical threat is now a critical. It is not. And that is going to be 4 points of damage as he pulls the dagger out of your leg and goes to slash it across your chest.
Okay.
And you'll notice as he does slash you, he had a killing blow there. And he just didn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
And you see this strained anger underneath him. But not only strained anger, hidden sorrow. This feeling of resentment, there's more behind it.
Yeah.
He goes, This This has to make the pain stop. This is the only way.
And I say to myself, and I'll be here until you're out of it.
If it wasn't for us, Pickers would still be alive. They'd still be alive.
If it wasn't for us, we wouldn't have been here.
And with that, we kick back over to Eelix. It is your turn at the top, depending on what you would like to do.
I'm going to try pumping a cantrip into it this time.
All right. So just giving it a small microdose of energy.
Yeah, I'm going to see what throwing a read magic into it does.
All right. So, read magic does not give it any. The cantrip and read magic does not give it any more power, but allows you for a moment to get a small diagnostic check on it.
Mm-hmm.
The diagnostic check will tell you, for the greater good, and keep out for oneself.
Mm-hmm.
You will also gain the idea that it is learning a modicum of speech.
Do I have any idea how close to being hatchable it is?
It is still in incubation stage, and it's not near hatching.
Not near. Okay.
You begin getting the insight that it's going to take quite a bit of magic to get this thing to hatch. You could potentially speed hatch it the way that this other Eelix was suggesting by hitting it with an insane magic force.
Mm-hmm.
But like all things that are done quickly, it probably is going to turn out to be shit.
Mm-hmm.
However, slowly over time, and keeping it to your own magic, you should be able to sync it up to you. Turn to your creature. It absorbs the magic of the person who is donating the most to it. So if you were to give Razzik spell abilities to just start hucking spells in there or holding it in front of enemies, it'll grow, it'll hatch, but then there's no possibility that it might be linked to you.
Yeah.
It'll be linked to whatever the greatest source of magic it was given was.
Got it.
And that's what your diagnostic check from Read Magic will get you.
Okay. That is all good information.
And you'll watch as the other Eelix starts maneuvering his fingers. And you can tell that he is getting ready to cast a spell.
Yeah. What you doing over there, buddy?
Well, I said that we don't have to do this, but I can't let him leave.
Who's trying to leave?
Give it a minute. We'll see. If he stays, I won't do anything.
Nobody's going anywhere.
And with that, it'll change over to Nyphix once more. Top of the turn order, Nyphix. You will see that your the beastie is basically having the same guttural reaction that you did to that instance. But in the most part, it looks like it's hawking up all of the worms that were just thrown into it. And you are free in the hallway once more. What would you like to do with your 10, 15 feet movement? Unless you want to let it attack you and get the first attack in. The barrier holds up.
You're funny. I know how much HP I have. To you?
I do, in fact. I'm keeping keeping notes.
Yeah. So I'll take my full movement. Thank you. I will keep as much distance from him as I possibly can.
All right. And are you going to double dash with your action?
Is there a cell beside me?
There is indeed a cell beside you. The left one is empty. The right one contains a singular man who sits in the jail cell itself, spinning a plate on his finger.
Nope. Fucking hell. The monster could have helped. Nyphix can't sacrifice other people. She just can't. Frickin'.
It's not people. It's a monster.
And as you're wandering past, he'll look at you and go, "Oh shit, jailbreak?"
No, I think you'd really like to stay in there. And I think I will actually go ahead and double my movement.
All right. All right, your movement has been doubled. The creature is going to let go of the monster that it was facing off against. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And that will put it within 30 feet of you. I need a reflex saving throw from you.
Oh, bitch. Let me burn my fucking shirt.
What about your shirt?
I was smoking and I fucking hot ash.
thought that
flipped
was
out.
a 4 for a minute. That is not a 4. That is 14. I was gonna say, I know this dice did not turn on me now. Get
All right.
Reflex +2, 16.
As you begin double dashing down the hallway, you will put it aside and begin to wander over towards the jail cell like, come on, I wanna. And as he says that, the creature lashes out a rubbery arm towards you and swings, destroying the wall above your head on both sides. As you feel the stonework crumbling behind you as you are running past, just narrowly dodging out of the way of that blow. And with that, the other monster has not finished hawking up worms, apparently, and is going to excuse himself from wherever the fuck that was, as he is trying to figure out if he even wants to continue this chase. All right. And with that, we will cut over to Razzik.
Okay. I will regard the 2 carrots. Figure out which one is mine. I'll walk over to him, and I'll go right up to his ear, and I'll go, "It's not real. This is illusion magic. Simply understand that it's not there."
I need you to back up. Go.
All right.
And then I prepare an action to yank Nate out of the way if that thing lunges at him.
Who's Nate?
Fucking Karrith. Jesus.
And
Saying?
are you talking about the mirror Karrith or the other thing that you're observing?
No. The mirror Karrith. If the mirror Karrith leaps at Karrith, I'm going to move Karrith out of the way.
All right. So that's the prepared action.
God. It's not real. It's not real. I'm just monitoring that in his brain now. It's not real.
All right. So with that, the mirror Karrith will strike at Karrith.
I move the original Karrith out of the way.
Go ahead and give me a CMB check, Razzik. And I'm going to roll with disadvantage.
With disadvantage?
I'm rolling with
Ooh.
disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Well,
There we go.
this is gonna. I'm gonna end up getting hosed right here. You watch. Yup, hosed. 9.
9. All right. And Karrith,
9.
are you letting him pull you?
I don't know if I was much realizing he was going to pull me. Do you say that you're going to say that out loud to me, that you're just going to pull me?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like it's such a fast action that I don't even know if I would try to get pulled
All right.
because I'm trying to just keep my footing, not be off my footing.
So with that, you'll feel as Razzik tugs on you to get you out of the way, and the mirror Karrith will strike and miss.
Oh,
I only rolled
maybe
a
that
7.
little tug was enough, huh?
I was only rolled a 7 on the disadvantage, so with bonuses, it's not going to hit much.
Mm-hmm.
And it is your turn, Karrith.
Cool.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and take his advice. Let me go ahead and see here.
It would be a will save
And it's a will save?
for you, yeah.
Okay.
Razzik has magical ability, whereas you do not.
So that's only 13.
All right. So as you try to disbelieve the other Karrith, you close your eyes for a minute, and you hear the voices louder than ever in your own head, screaming at you. This isn't what Vickers wanted. This isn't what he taught us to do. With that, it'll kick back up to Eelix. And the Shadow Eelix will look at you and goes, "Huh, you're right. He's interfering. I want to stop him for interfering."
Well, you never said anything about interfering or helping. You just said that they couldn't leave. And nobody's leaving. Everybody's still sitting here doing their thing. You know, if anything, you would be the one interfering with the process here and now. Shadow Razzik could have helped him out earlier. They just, chose to pair off on a one-on-one. Everybody's abiding by rules here. May not be any written rules, but everybody's abiding by some rules here.
Yeah. I think this will do. I think you're right. I think this will do. Now, with that, Eelix, go ahead and roll a perception check.
That would be better roll fucking good. I did roll good. That is a 17 with, do I have anything in perception? I do. That's an 8. So 8 plus 17. That's a number.
25.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I knew it was a number.
So dang. A nug.
Yeah. I'm gonna not put that directly in the camera.
There we go. It's legal in Ohio. I don't give a fuck people want.
It's kind of a pain in the ass when I upload it, though.
Oh, is it mess with you? Well, I won't do it then. Sorry, bud.
No problem.
I sent you a message.
Where'd you send me a message? I see a message. Okay, give me a second here. I'm gonna go ahead and read that message.
And I will hold on your turn to see if you want to do anything on that.
I'm gonna pay attention to it, but I'm not gonna say anything right now. Or do anything right now.
All right. And with that, it will cut back to Nyphix versus Ronin. Your move, Nyphix. You have hit a bend in the hallway. It can go both right and left. There is a jail cell directly in front of you, and it looks to contain somebody as well. There is a young woman in there who has managed to find an aspect of wall that she is clung to at the moment, and she is doing pull-ups on that wall. Just working out while she's in her cell.
Right. Nyphix is gonna quickly ask her, which way do the guards typically go?
The gods, they go both left and right, and yeah, they go everywhere. What is that? As she turns and she notices.
Don't worry about that. Which way do they mostly go? Like, more than usual, like the most.
Right, that way, and she points towards your left.
Then I'm going to go left.
You can't just leave me here. What the hell is that thing?
You don't want out with it. And I'm gonna take off.
All right, and as you take off, you will see her start scrambling to find something to barricade or to hide to get away from Roland as he is charging up the way. Are you using your whole action to move, or are you going to try and cast anything or do anything besides?
I'm just gonna use my whole action to move right now.
All right, whole action to move. And with that, it will come flying up beside you, and it will slam into her cage with a mighty force, and then begins charging at you once more, creeping ever so closely on you, now pursuing you on all fours. This creature is just wearing human flesh at this point, as you're watching it undulate under each and every single step of the hands and feet. More or less just designer clothes on this creature now. A bubbling mass of worms underneath it, roiling towards you. And I'm going to... All right. And with that, we will put this on the track as well. And we will cut back to Razzik. Razzik, you'll begin feeling the ground underneath you, kind of minorly bumping.
Something is coming.
Yep.
I can feel it. You both must wake up from this. These images are not real. And something large is headed our way. Wake up.
Did you hear my wife?
I thought they screamed Jacob.
No, I think one of the cats had gotten up on something they weren't supposed to be.
Cats will do that.
All right. So is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Prepare another action to move Karrith out of the way if he gets attacked.
All right. And Karrith, it is your turn. The voice is not quelling inside your own head, this rampage of soul. And this entity outside of you looking to end your life. What do you do?
I feel like Karrith keeps that conflict happening in his head, but it's something that he realizes ego controls more than his own well-being. He just has to accept that there was nothing he could have done. And if he has to go down fighting, that's better than how it ended. So he's going to attack the Karrith. Yeah, that's not going to hit.
All right. And with that, the other Karrith is going to swing at you.
I move him.
Go ahead and roll me your CMB.
Got it. And roll trash. 14.
All right. So with that, the other Karrith was sure to land a blow on you. but Razzik will pull you out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Now in this duel of fates with the other Karrith. And you'll watch as the other Karrith turns his attention to Razzik and goes, "There you go. Thinking that I can't do things myself. I'm not competent." And he'll train his blade on Razzik. And with that, it is Eelix's turn.
Well, since there ain't much I can do spell-wise, like, that's going to help me out a whole ton here, I'm going to go ahead and pump a level 1 spell into the egg while continuing to pay attention to the rumbling. And I'm going to look at my shadow form and go, huh. So, do we know what's coming down that hallway? Coming out that barrier? Or is that just as much a mystery to you as it is to me?
There's something coming at us?
That's what I kind of had a feeling.
No, I was just busy watching these guys.
Well, I guess we continue to watch. I'm still going 60-40 on one of these guys getting out of their heads, though, and winning this.
Yeah, but the illusion's starting to break. It's just starting to do things. I think your one's going to win this one.
Are you sure? They like to stay in their head quite a bit.
Well, he's only got like another 6 seconds.
6 seconds till what?
Well, to decide. To win.
So with that, I'm going to go ahead and do an out of sense motive. God. I'm going to throw a perception on that one, if that's okay.
What are you trying to perceive?
I'm going to try and, because I like, since, tell me if this worked or didn't work the way I'm thinking. When I did the read magic, or detect magic, it sounded to me like it didn't actually go into the egg so much as it gave me just my normal, like, detect magic abilities for a bit and let me kind of suss out things on the egg.
To a degree.
Okay.
The read magic is more or less reading the magic of the egg, any arcane whisperings that are coming off of it. But yeah, to a degree, it would also work like detect magic.
Right. So am I able to kind of get that perception off of things other than the egg?
For read magic, no, it was just specifically working for the egg.
Just specifically working for the egg. Okay. So maybe not perception. Maybe knowledge arcana. What I'm trying to do is I want to study that shadow one and see if there's anything like telltale instability that looks like it's about to go maybe boom or have some other kind of magical effect trigger somewhat soon. What was just said has me kind of thinking that there is kind of like a time bomb quality to what's going on at the moment.
All right.
I don't know what role to do for that, but that's why I was thinking perception.
Knowledge arcane would work. Spellcraft would work. Perception would work in a different facet.
That's okay, because knowledge arcane is actually a better role for me. So that works. Please be a freaking good number. 15 plus 9. 24.
You'll gain the knowledge that the spell itself is starting to end. Whatever that the spell was waiting for is about to arrive, and in 6 seconds, it'll be here.
The barrier's coming down in 6 seconds. Okay. Do I have time to... I'm I'm gonna say it loud, but I'm not gonna like scream it out to like help. Like, hey guys, check this out. More just I'm gonna talk uncharacteristically loud, so people have no choice but to hear what I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna say, so what you're telling me is in 6 seconds, these shadow forms are gonna disappear, and whatever's coming at us through that barrier is gonna be right in the middle of us. Is that what I'm getting out of all this?
Well, I mean, that's one way to think about it. Another way to think about it is 6 seconds left to our bet. Anything can happen.
So, I mean, it would be really beneficial if Karrith could figure out that that thing's just a stupid illusion by this point in time, get out of his damn head so we can deal with what's happening after that barrier comes down. Or, yeah, no, our bet could just last for another 6 seconds and we can figure out which one of these guys is going to get out of their head and, you know, who wins. And then the two of us can deal with whatever happens after that.
Well, I mean, hear me out. Karrith can take all the time in the world that he wants to get out of his own head. But you've done nothing.
I wouldn't say that I've done nothing.
I'm still alive.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because we both know that we're kind of like a cockroach. We're damn near impossible to kill. We could sit here all day trying to kill each other and neither one of us would gain the upper hand. Let's be honest.
You haven't taken any damage either, have you?
Not a lick.
Do they know yet?
There's no way they couldn't.
And as he says that, he fades away. And with that, it will kick over to Nyphix's turn. The monster is still in hot pursuit of you. You do not feel the rumblings of what they are feeling. They are a different encounter than you are. But what would you like to do? As this path is getting ready to fork to the right and go straight. You'll notice that this hallway is actually sparse of any jail cells, but does have multiple sconces on the wall that are currently not lit. And there is a sign in front of you that looks more like it would be for directing people in the most brutish manner possible. The sign pointing forward, meaning go further down the hall, simply has what looks like a bowl and a spoon made out of wood. The sign to the right has no markings whatsoever.
Which side has the sconces?
Both sides.
Both sides. I am going to go ahead and make the mad dash for the what I'm going to, in Nyphix's mind, thinks is the mess hall. I'm going to take standard movement.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to, if he comes within range, prepare an action. This is going to be so stupid. To inflict light wounds. Just because I know that he's pushing his limits, his boundaries of what his body can hold with the worms inside him. So I want to see if I can try to like reach in and actually like rip his heart out.
All right. So you will move your full movement and await his response. as you are heading down towards the mess hall. And with this undulating creature who has basically stopped communicating entirely. There's no more words or voice coming from it. It is now just a monster. Charges in and raises one arm to smash you. Go ahead and perform your touch attack.
So I think for that, I think it's just a DC 15.
Well, under normal circumstances, you would have to beat their touch AC.
Yep.
So it's not a DC, it would be a roll.
You sat, cat. You sat on my dice, you little fucker.
You just got to squeeze them and they can shoot the dice out.
Those aren't dice. You shouldn't play with them. Roll them around. Leave them where they are.
So that was a 7. You sat it in again.
That was a 7 total, like including your BAB.
You would get either dex or strength also.
I'm gonna
Probably
beat your ever-loving ass, kitty. Stop it. It's got everywhere else he can lay, and he's purposely laying in the freaking dice tray.
So on your whatchamacallit character sheet, it should have an unarmed strike. It would be 7 plus whatever that modifier is.
3.
So it'd be a 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's a little bit better, but unfortunately, no. As you go to touch this creature, and you will feel the skin and worms on its body pull back around your hand. Your hand now inside of this cavernous hole. And it will swing down, and I don't believe an 11 will hit you.
11? No. I don't think so.
A slam comes down, and as you miss it, it misses you. You get out of the way and are now once more in a face-off with this creature that is just smiling and drooling at you. Razzik, you are up.
Okay. So, let's see.
If you want to keep moving me, just destroy it. If you think I can't do
Destroy.
it.
You know, I like you, Karrith. But unfortunately, you are blindingly short-sighted sometimes. That isn't there. You are fighting with your own subconscious, my friend. And that is a losing battle for most people, unless you're me, of course. So my suggestion to you would be stop worrying about shit that isn't your problem. And anything that happened to anyone else isn't your problem unless you cause something to happen to them. You see what I'm saying? Now,
It seems like you know, then do it.
oh, God. I just turn away like children. And I ready a spell to cast at whatever's about to burst in on us.
All right. And Karrith, it is now your turn. And what spell are you readying, by the way, Razzik?
Let's see. I'm going to use my spell book and make it instead of a scorching ray, it will be a freezing ray.
All right. And Karrith, you are up. You will notice that the shadow Karrith isn't attacking anymore. It's just smiling, looking at you and Razzik.
Ye gods, I've broken his subconscious.
Then I'm just going to take his advice, and I'm going to just try to look through it.
Excellent.
And as you proceed to start trying to look through this creature, you will notice that this is indeed actually a creature inside of here. It's an illusion taking on your form and using a base scan of what it's looking at to create itself almost a silhouette of the person it's looking at. And right now, it's patting itself on the back. It thinks it's done a good job. It's caused damage. Physical, mental, emotional. It's done what it was supposed to. And now here it sits. Its guard entirely down.
Then I let it set in it.
And with that, the spell will fade. And as will that Karrith. And the club that was harassing club that I didn't want to bother noting because it's not really important what club is doing.
Club.
Something about not getting a Hallmark card for its mom. Is that what it was?
Well, I mean, if you must know, you will see that club currently attempting to embrace something that is not there, eatingly and that is a hug. And when he notices that he's not hugging anything, and he's over towards the other group, and in a very like stuttering, stammering, "Oh shit, you caught me watching porn" type of way, like,
Right.
and you will see the monster that was pursuing you guys proceeding to head down the hall at you. A lumbering, large creature, its shape very much a bipedal, dog-like apparition. Its body is made of almost has electricity flowing off of it. Its fur stuck up in this static. Its mouth slavering with a tongue hanging off over the side. It is wearing armor and is wielding just its claws, no weapons. And it is just the four of you and it in this large hallway. I'm going to squeeze all of you in together. Which, Razzik, you now have sight on it. You may resolve your spell if you'd like.
Can I change the medium of damage?
You've already selected ice.
All right, I'll let her rip. It's yeah, okay. That's 11.
All right. Let's mark that on the beast. There we go. As you'll watch, the ice hits off of this beast, and some of the electricity absorbs it on its way over. It does not have the impact you would desire. And with that new battle started. Eelix, you are up.
Well, this thing's a real thing. It's a real boy.
Real boy.
So I will definitely try to plink with my crossbow and the frost arrow.
All right, go ahead and just to remind you, the frost did half damage. It was resisting.
I don't think I have regular arrows.
All right.
Let me double check. Heavy crossbow, liquid blade. I don't see regular arrows, unfortunately.
All right.
What did I roll?
10.
10 plus ranged 7. 17.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. So that is a... Where's my frostbolts? Doesn't say.
You're using
Damage
a heavy...
1d10. Yep.
Huh?
D10.
Yep. It's 1d10, and that's your piercing damage,
Yep.
and 1d6, which is your cold damage.
Mm-hmm. 6.
All right.
And 2. 1, 2. 1 point of damage for frost. 4, 5 is 3, 4 is 2 points. 1, 2 is 1 point. 3, 4 is 2. 5, 6 is 3. Yeah, so 1 point of frost since it did half.
All right. And are you moving down the hall at all?
Yeah, I'll move down the hall a bit, follow everybody else. I'm going to point and say, "Club! Club!" Basically sicking club on this thing.
All right. So Club will then get into the way as well, and it is now this creature versus Club. And Club will unfortunately miss. And the creature will also miss Club in retrospect, but Club and the creature are now battling. Razzik, it is now your turn. Can I get a will saving throw from the top for me? You're muted or something. I can't hear you.
Just 12.
12?
I'm done rolling on Owlbear.
All right.
This thing sucks.
With the illusion past and the feeling of disbelief no longer there, you come to a startling realization. You grabbed Karrith not once, but twice.
Ah, fuck.
That's why I said I tried to keep my footing away from you. As soon as you did that and you grabbed, I was like, I couldn't even fight that. You did that in that moment. I was like, there's nothing I could say. I couldn't say in that moment fast enough, and then you did it, and I was like, okay.
You dirty son of a bitch and worms.
Should have just let me fight him.
You feel your skin begin to crawl. There is no noticeable effect at the moment. And with that, it is your turn.
I'm gonna change the damage type of my spell and with my book from cold to radiant.
All right.
And then I'm gonna blast him with another scorching ray.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
Uh, 19.
That'll hit.
Does this damage seem to work better?
So you're only blasting one ray and then saying
I only can do one at a time.
because you won't be able to change your damage until the start of your next turn. Because it's a bonus action to change your damage type.
Okay, well, last turn I changed it to cold.
Yep.
This turn I changed it to radiant.
Correct.
So did it work better?
Oh, for every 4 levels beyond 3rd. Okay, so yeah. Go ahead and roll that damage.
I did. I got a 19.
Yeah, but you need the damage. That was your attack roll.
No, I rolled 4d6. I didn't attack roll. Hold on. I will attack roll. It would be that, but it would use my skill 7, I think. All right, so 23 to hit.
23 does indeed hit, and the creature will howl out. That is actually significant damage for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep using Radiant then.
All right. You watch as the creature backs off the club after that. Are you hanging around to keep fighting this monster, or are you going to start moving?
Me? No, I'm in for fighting the monster.
All right. And Karrith, you are up then.
I came here for one reason, that was to get Nyphix out of here, so if Club can hold this thing off, I'm going to look for Nyphix.
All right. And you and Eelix will begin pursuit. All right. Top of the turn order, can I get a survival check from Eelix and Karrith?
Survival. Well, that's no bueno.
That is just a flat 11.
All right.
That was, what did I roll?
A 9.
9 plus 2 is an 11.
All right. So 22 in total. You both are scooting through this, trying your best to locate Nyphix, and you do hear more rumblings up ahead. These pathways snake and corridor as you are trying your best to get to her. Slowly and slowly, potentially drawing more close. Nyphix, you are up. You are currently in a tango with this monster in front of you. What would you like to do?
I'd like to go ahead and use command and just holler out enough, but not at Roland, at the worms inside him.
All right.
An interesting choice. I like it.
Okay. That's disadvantage. And as you scream out at this creature enough, you'll notice that it stops attacking you and kneels down in front of you.
Well then. I'm gonna look at it then and go, which way is out of here?
With that, the worms inside of its body simply say, "Yes, master." Proceed to get up and begin maneuvering you towards the exit as you are commanding this creature now.
All right then.
All right. With that, Razzik, you and the creature is going to take his go. Fucking valiant miss.
Oh!
The monster nat 1, so club gets another hit.
Give him hell, Club.
And club will take a sizable portion of its health away.
Ooh.
Get him, Club.
Club!
And Razzik, you are up. As club has bashed this creature in the head, the electricity is flowing around both of them.
Let's see.
You'll also note that the electricity is getting stronger the closer this thing is to death.
Oh boy. I'm going to. I'm gonna stand. Let me see. Oh, I got the mouse in my hand. Derp. I'm gonna step like here. Like, yeah. And I'm gonna do a burning hands, but it's going to be
Radiant hands.
yeah, radiant hands instead.
All right.
So I just roll the damage, and I guess you get a reflex save.
Yep, I got an 18 on a save.
You probably saved. I don't know. I don't know how you figured out on this.
Your reflex save is. Sorry, con.
Yeah.
Spell DC for Pathfinder is. If I'm mistaken, 10 plus the spell's level plus half the caster's spell, or the caster's level.
Well, yeah, you would definitely pass. But I'm gonna hit you on multiple squares with radiant damage in a big old cone.
The amount of squares does not matter. It's only the amount of time. So it's only going to get tagged once.
I think it's 4d4, right?
10 half level ability modifiers. That's how you go by it. So it would be 12, and I think you have a 5 in your ability modifier?
I do, yeah.
17.
Okay. Alright, I got 12 radiant damage.
All right. Which would equal out, and he has the damage buff, 76. He is absolutely covered in lightning point, so close to death. And the electricity is getting unstable.
Oh, shit. Can I use the rest of my movement?
Yeah, absolutely.
I move like maybe 15 feet, so I'm going to move back to there.
All right.
Like, something just tells me I should be over there.
All right. And Karrith and Eelix, another survival check.
That's a 2, my guy.
Oh, bloody
Oh,
hell. That's
shit.
an 11? No,
Oh,
no,
man.
no. A 12.
Jesus.
That's not really any better. No.
All right. So
Mhm.
14 in total. You guys find that you are getting absolutely lost in this maze and have now kind of lost your direction. But as you notice that you've lost your direction, you will spy a guard coming in your general direction. What would you guys like to do?
We just need to get past him, right?
Because it's just the hallway, correct?
Yep. You guys could hang in the hallway that you are, take it that he hasn't turned down your side. There's also a hallway going directly straight. He could just be going straight. Or you guys can try and hop across and keep moving.
What do you think?
How good is your stealth?
My stealth? My stealth is a +10. So it's pretty good. Like I'm pretty stealthy.
Let's see. I at least just have a +1, but like maybe we'll just hold up on this corner until he walks past.
Or I could try to charm him.
Well, as long as he just doesn't see us make it past.
Okay, so let's go stealth then.
Okay.
All right. Staying on the side you're on or going past?
Let's. You call it. You went with stealth. This one's your call.
Okay. Just jump past.
I will say it is 2 turns here, so Karrith could roll stealth and Eelix can hold on charm person just in case it fails.
Could do that.
Okay.
All right. So Karrith, give me a stealth. Stealth has failed. Eelix, the charmed person.
I would feel like that stab in my leg is still fucking me up somehow. Dice like to tell a story.
Right?
Yeah.
What the shit? Am I just out of bandwidth here? There we go.
What's up? Okay.
I was looking up Charm Person Pathfinder so that I know what it does. And what I gotta roll for it. Will negates. Let's see if he will negates. Yes. Nat 20.
Dice are choosing this fucking story.
So as Karrith and Eelix step out, you hear, "Stop right there, criminal scum!" And Eelix waves his hand. You go, "Your charms have no effect on me, Jedi."
Wait, did you cast this? Did I cast the spell? Like I missed what happened.
Did he
there.
call you a? Did he call you a slur?
Yeah. You guys stepped out. Karrith failed the stealth check, and if you wanted to cast Charm Person, then that would have popped, and he got a nat 20 to save.
Oh damn! That's what I thought I heard happened.
Your mind tricks don't work here, Jedi.
Don't know what this Jedi is, but look over there.
Look, a waterboard! Guy got hit in the boing lines.
All right, so you tell him to look over there, and we will pass this turn for now. And see what happens on Club and Razzik's turn.
It's just gotta be a jump cut of us now being put in jail right after that. Look over there!
Nyphix, as you are wandering down the hall with your new pet, you realize that it is responding in kind to your worms, not your spell. Your spell helped and aided in you not dying, but now your worms are controlling it through your commands. You have authority over this creature.
In a sense.
How does Nyphix feel in that situation?
She's right. The situation she's in right now, she'd rather honestly put herself in the harm's way and deal with these consequences on her own than put anybody else in harm's way. So she's kind of put in her head it's a necessary sacrifice.
All right. And you will continue your way out as this creature is leading you now to the exit and towards your friends. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn before I move the camera?
No, as of right now, no.
All right. And with the battle of Club versus the monster, unfortunately, neither one of them will. Razzik.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Monster fight, yes. I will. Okay, I'm essentially going to use what will boil down to a magic missile, but it's not a magic missile. It's a force missile. But it will strike the dude, and it will do 1d4 plus 2 radiant damage.
All right.
I'm low on spell. Ooh,
It's okay. It hits as long as you can see it, and you can see it, so it will detonate.
Oh, he's that close.
Only has 4 hit points.
I did 5 damage.
And as you watch the damage slam into him, pushing him 1 point over his maximum, you will watch as the electricity surges around him, and Club just looks at him for Club, and then gets annihilated with 26 lightning. He is now on the ground.
Oh, shit.
Club!
Club, no. Are you still alive?
Club!
Oh, no. I run over and give him a potion. You said we got some, so I'm using one.
You will hand Club a potion, and he will gulp it down,
No, I still have one.
restoring 9 health to himself.
Well, at least we saved Club. You know? He's a good guy. We can't lose him.
And he will then get up and begin sniffing the air, searching out your friends. Who, by the way, with that, look over there, and followed by the detonation, you will watch the guard lose your attention for a minute as he gets distracted by the detonation in the hallway. And you two currently have sneaking abilities. You are muted, Duality.
That is perfect. Can we use stealth to run past this guy now, or just book it past him now that he's momentarily distracted by the big kaboom?
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna need stealth. You start booking it past him.
Yeah, it's I just want to get out of here now. Perfect timing.
Yeah, speaking of Jedi, we're just gonna do the droidica run just immediately. The direction as soon as they start shooting.
All right. And soon you guys will enter a hallway. As you enter this hallway, you will see this large, roiling mass of a guard maneuvering towards you both.
Oh, Jesus.
It is the only hallway in or out of this situation. But weirdly, it doesn't seem hostile.
Because it doesn't seem hostile, would I be able to do what I did to try to find Nyphix, kind of try to use the worms in a way to try to react to it?
And
see how it feels?
As you use your worms to react to it, and to see if you can locate Nyphix, not only do you feel your worms lock onto her behind him, you will also hear the worms ask of you to kneel.
Huh. That's not good. So I sense Nyphix on the other side of this thing.
Yep, and your worms will go,
Kneel! Kneel before you get in trouble!
Now, are they saying kneel?
yeah,
Or kneel the name?
they're telling you to take a knee.
Okay. That's what I was trying to understand, because I was like, if they're saying kneel like that person we ran into that had the worms before, that's what I was like, trying to understand why that was working. But I'm gonna just call out to Nyphix, because if it's behind this thing, Nyphix, you alright?
I'm gonna assume that I can hear him.
Yep.
Can I get by freaking
Yeah.
Void Face here?
Yeah, you can maneuver past them.
Cool. I'm gonna kind of squeeze by him and be like, yeah, nope, I'm right here. Freaking barely hanging on, but, we're gonna make our way out of it.
Do I in any way recognize what this large thing is?
Well, taking a quick cursory glance at it, it was, at one point in time, a guard. A guard who had no magical energy to them whatsoever. A guard who holds a tattoo on their upper left shoulder, a raven cradling an egg that holds a tree with many birds inside of it. A tattoo that looks more like it was fan designed than actually of the emblem that you hold. Something smiling ear to ear and looking at Nyphix for its next command.
I take it you found yourself at home?
Not particularly. But I'm making do with what I have. So, I don't know about you, but I'd like to get the fuck out of here.
Then let's hop to it. Let's go back the way we came, Eelix.
All right, let's do this.
I would recommend being ahead of him also, by the way. He's rather large.
As you say that you recommend being ahead of him, he's suddenly the other monster that you had let out of the cell has regained itself and chomps down into his back. You hear him roar out in pain and begin tussling with this creature. It's on you if you want to stay and watch the fireworks.
I would say, Nyphix, this is time to go.
Can I sense if this thing actually has, if the shadow creature has worms in him?
The shadow creature does not have worms in it.
Then we're gonna book it.
Okay.
All right. And as you all proceed to start racing out, Razzik, you will come face to face with the guard who they sent in your direction. What will you do?
I'm going to say, I just came in from the street with all the noise. What's going on in here?
You're not supposed to be here!
I know that, fool! Something is happening. There was a huge explosion.
Go ahead and roll bluff.
I don't even know if I... No, I sure don't. All right, it's a raw 20. Here we go. 16!
And as you say that you know you're not supposed to be here, something that's out in the street and exploded, he draws his sword and prepares to battle you. Unfortunately, you guys are way too deep in for something on the street to put you in this way, or even get you past the doors that you had to break through to get here with the bomb. And it is now you and Club versus this guard as your allies.
This is not good. Club. Kill.
Oh! And Club will round the corner. And that is enough for Club to actually whale a guard.
Yeah.
And Karrith, Eelix, and Nyphix, as you run up to Razzik, commanding Club to Club. Club will swing around the corner and baseball swing this guard into the wall as he slams into the wall and hits the ground.
Good job, Club!
Get him, Club!
Whoa! Club looks awfully proud of himself. And the party is now rejoined as you are proceeding to head out.
Let's go.
Yep.
Soon you will make it back out to the streets and find yourself back out on the streets of Torlay.
Full run for the woods.
We're abandoning Torlay in general.
For now, at least. They're going to comb the city.
Well, I'm just saying, if we're in the central of town, there's quite a ways we gotta go.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the bathroom real quick and give you guys a minute to talk about it.
All right, well, where do you want to go then? I'm open to better suggestions than run for your life.
Well, hopefully, maybe on our way out, we could try to get a carriage or something.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
something
a
like-
capital idea. I like it.
Like something that we can get on. I don't know about Club though, and I don't know how he really sticks around.
He clubs.
Because didn't he come out of a page?
Yeah.
Maybe. That I didn't.
So
wasn't
I'm
paying
more
attention.
just, yeah, I'm just more strictly thinking about how us four are getting out of here than trying to help that thing. So what I would suggest is on our way out, breach to see what is an escape vehicle we can use to some extent, or
Okay.
if there's anything other, if we can't find that, what would be another suggestion?
I mean, we could commandeer, someone's carriage off the street.
We could.
Just bust in and be like, "Get out or die!" Blah. That might work.
True. But I mean, we also have to be careful with that as well.
Also, keep in mind our mutual enemy Malik is in town, as well as Nails, who said that if you stick around the town and come back to him after you rescued Nyphix, he would help you out with some information
Well, I
and help you find
suppose,
some brokers and dealers who would want to deal with you guys.
I suppose that's a worthy place to start.
So you're saying it's either get a carriage to get out or go see Neil.
We could get a carriage and go see Nail, and then go out, or whatever we want to do at that point. The carriage idea is not a bad idea. It makes us faster, but it also makes us easier to track.
Yeah.
But we don't need to be in it for long.
Right. We just need to get enough to break from a portion of this part of town and then be able to break off.
And we get to Nails afterwards.
Yes. Stealthily.
That's what we need to do.
Nyphix, are you still wounded?
This is when Nyphix is going to finally let them know, look, I don't care how we get out of here, but the sooner the better, because from the little bit of information I got inside, they weren't planning to execute me here. They were planning to take me to the king. So the quicker we vacate, probably the better.
Okay. Then that's what we'll do. We'll just go.
All right, so abandoning the quest for to try and take out Malik while we're here, and to chase after Nails. Am I hearing that right?
Well,
Just
not
as long as we're
necessarily
out of this area. That's all I care about.
Yeah, like we have to fully escape the guards, all right, who are going to obviously chase us as we just broke out of a jail. So if we're going to do that, by the way, on the way out, was there any storage of items? Because we did leave some stuff in a jail.
That
Maybe
wasn't
wasn't this jail, son of a bitch. Okay.
all right.
We came in here for one thing and one thing only, and we got it.
Yeah, we got it. If we can get more than one thing, that'd be a bonus. Is there a carriage or something outside of this jail?
Well, mission accomplished. Since we're moving into the skill challenge, let's begin the skill challenge. So you want to make a perception check to see if you can find a carriage, either one that you can steal or one that you can hijack. Go ahead and check.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the perception check.
Well, we might as well all try, right?
I was giving it to Razzik.
Oh, okay.
So he's doing the perception?
Yep.
I got a 22, bro.
Oh no.
Oh, we lost Penguin.
Yeah, Penguin's got one. 22, bro.
With that, you will see some of the police chariots that are there. You've seen some of them before, as well as some that are on the streets that are of your taking, however you wish to take them. The police chariots, however, have horses already attached to them, and theft is a crime, no matter which way you go about this. So which one do you want to take?
Broke out of a jail, and how many can it hold?
Normally, any of these chariots are going to hold up to 4 people. and not a club.
Maybe we take
And not a
two and we go different ways and meet up later. What do you think? It would make us harder to track.
Also splits our forces.
True.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind, club is going to vanish soon because your mission is accomplished.
Yeah.
That was what his
Yeah.
task was, so he's going to bounce out. And
Thanks,
the reality is, Eelix is going to get a refund of, I think it was 350 gold pieces for the girls,
Mm-hmm.
500 for the girls. They never made their appearance. All right.
So I guess just take one then. Whatever. Let's go.
Taking one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but while we're getting loaded into the one, I'm gonna run over to the others and cut the leads.
All right. Just to let you know, if you cut the lead, you're taking a fail. Because you're taking time away from an action that you were doing to...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, we're in a skill challenge moment.
All right.
All right, well, just move. Yeah, we just move to a thing and move out, roll out. Get
All
going.
right. So with that, you will gain 1 success. Okay, by leaf. You saddle up in the wagons. One of you happens to grab a hold of the reins, begins riding the horses, and you dash out towards town. As you dash out towards town, you will see the guards have already started gathering due to not one, but 2 explosions that have happened, as they have now spotted you and are loading up in the wagons themselves. They are getting ready to start their pursuit, and you are on the main highway to lead out of town. What would you like to do? Remember, during the skill challenge, you can tell me things that you are after, things you're looking for, things that you're going after, and I will put these in front of you based on the skills.
Okay. So who's next on the turn order then, after you, Razzik?
Whoever wants to be.
Oh, okay. Whoever wants to be.
Yep, it's just Razzik cannot roll again until everybody else is rolled.
Remember, I wasn't very
You
useful
already
in
used
these.
perception. Correct? You already
Yeah.
used perception.
Perception has been used.
I don't think acrobatics can be used anything from riding. I guess I'm gonna have to go for survival and just see what I can do to help maneuver so that we can make the quickest exit from where we're riding these carriages out.
All right, go ahead and give me that survival check.
It's a flat 12.
Flat 12. All right. You begin trying to almost map this out the same way you would Belfont to see if these towns are conclusive in any way or shape or form. And a lot of these alleyways keep leading you into false ends and making you have to take harsher turns. And unfortunately, it's not turning out to your benefit. The guards are gaining on you even faster. And you find yourself faced with one guard basically nipping at your heels, which leaves both Nyphix and Eelix to decide on who's going to make the next skill challenge and what they will take.
I'm bad at these. Like,
Is there anything in the cart with us? Like random objects. I mean, doesn't really fucking matter.
Inside the police cart, you will find some short swords, some long swords, and usually try to keep weapons on hand. You will find 3 bottles of confiscated alcohol, as well as some booger sugar. They have not made it to the confiscation yet. And I believe that would be it inside that wagon.
Could I seeing that the guards behind us are gaining, especially like one set, and I'm sure the other ones are. Seeing the alcohol, can I go ahead and just remembering the makeshift Molotovs that Razzik had made during the race? Can I quickly make these into Molotovs?
Go ahead and roll me a craft check. See if you can pull it off. I'll even let it be untrained, and if it is untrained, it's intelligence.
I don't know if I want to use this. Actually, hold up. Better yet. Instead of making them into a Molotov, can I actually use my fly skill, and instead of making them into a Molotov, fly up as high as I can out of the cart and launch them at the carts behind us and tell Razzik to light them.
Sure, I'll let that be a combination. Go ahead and roll me a fly check.
$21.
21. You fly up enough out of the wagon to get yourself high up in the air, and you launch a couple of the Molotovs back and let Razzik know, hey, light them! And Razzik will begin setting them on fire and burning up the wagon that is behind you. You watch it catches flame and skis into the side wall before the guards hop out and start trying to put it out. And with that, you guys are back on your way. Do have some guards still following you, chasing behind, but you are gaining quite the lead on them at this point in time. The gateway is sitting in front of you. You are almost in the clear. Eelix, you are the last one before the turn resets. What would you like to do?
Is there any way to use, say, handle animal to maybe coax a little more performance out of them?
Yeah, totally. Go ahead and give me that handle animal.
Ew. That's a 10.
You begin trying to use the same commands that you used on the pixie duster creatures to attempt to get these stallions to speed up, and then you realize, unfortunately, they are trained police stallions. They are refusing your orders and just following by the whips and the snaps and not giving you much to work with, unfortunately. We are at 2 fails and 2 successes. One in either direction, and we will unfortunately have fortunately or unfortunately have an outcome. The turn is reset. It is all 4 of you back on deck. Who wants to make a roll, and what do you want to roll? As you are careening towards the castle gates and see the palisade walls coming down.
What we want to do? How much distance is between us and the nearest guard wagon?
You and the nearest guard wagon, probably about 60, 70 feet.
And that's the one that's on fire, yes?
Nope, the one that's on fire has been stopped and is way back where?
Oh, okay. Is there an alternative route we could take?
You can, but you're going to get stuck inside the town trying to get out that way. But essentially, you could ramp off the docks and try to swim to safety. But the palisade walls coming down, you can try and scoot through the palisade walls before they get down.
Can we, from where we're at, since I was flying above the cart, can I see what mechanism is bringing the palisade wall down? Like, who's bringing it down? Is there a person? Is there
The palisade walls are being lowered down from the gates way up top. You would actually have to get a heightened view of it to find that out. And fly, unfortunately, has already been.
No, I know that.
But you can see that there does seem to be some guards that are controlling whatever it is that makes the palisade wall go down. Looks like 2. One with a monocular, kind of checking you guys out and getting a bead on you. And the other one working what appears to be maybe a lever or a hand crank that is up there.
Has acrobatics been used?
Acrobatics is
It
not.
hasn't, but I have been thinking about that. What's your plan?
Well, I was thinking. I mean, I'd used fly, and I would assume that Nyphix is still technically kind of hovering over the cart. I figured she could make her way up there, and I could use acrobatics as a check to kind of maneuver the guards off of the whether it's a turnstile, whatever it is that's bringing the wall down.
Yeah,
Stop it.
A part of me is wondering if we keep our speed, would we be able to make it?
That would be a ride check if we want to try that.
Oh, I thought we already did that.
Nope, ride check has not been used.
Okay. Because I have a
Either-
-1 in ride.
It's either I can attempt to stop the wall from coming down, or
But acrobatics are more or less used to like boulder something or to leap off of something. So I mean, you could do that, get the horse-drawn carriage close enough to the wall, and roll acrobatics. And if you succeed, then all of you have leapt off the cart and left it behind, but you've gotten out of the wall, and thus have escaped the guards as you run away underneath a hail of inevitably miss you because the skill challenge will be over. Or you can fail and be spiders in the net of the palisade wall. Guards come in and surround you.
Okay. So if that's your idea, here was my thought. Because I have a +4 in acrobatics. What if I leapt off the side of the cart and plunged my dagger into the back wheel? Just to get it stuck so that we can skid and get propelled off. So it stops them from being able to continue pursuit because they'll run into the back of the cart. While then we just continue with the momentum.
I dig that. I would lower the DC for that.
I mean that, or I could just use ride. I have a +5.
You have a +5 in ride, so that's my verdict for the acrobatics.
Rider acrobatics, where are we going? All good choices.
We're both guessing because we both have horrible rolls. Rochambeau?
I mean, fuck it. I just swoop down and land on the fucking horses, and use ride and try and piss them off enough to fucking.
All right. Go
I
ahead.
mean, I could do that.
Okay.
Here comes the fated 2.
Shut the fuck up, Spike.
It all rides on this.
Oh my god, Spike! You had to fucking run your mouth.
Are you fucking serious? It's a 2?
That's a fucking 1.
Oh! Even worse!
Oh man.
You had to run your mouth.
I probably wasn't going to be any better. Not going to lie to you.
The goddamn 1.
Get that off there. Get off
All right. So,
Yeah, that +5 ain't gonna do shit.
all right. So with that, Nyphix, you come down off of your fly, land on top of this horse's back, and begin riding it towards the gate as fast as possible. And during this moment, the palisade gates unfortunately close upon you, and a battle will begin. So, full disclosure, do you guys want to have this battle tonight, or do you guys want to wait until next session? It looks like, so we got a couple sleepy boys.
Yeah, I'm tired. I would like to wait until next session, if you guys don't mind. I'm normally
mind
gung
waiting
ho,
if
but
we have
I'm
to.
pretty beat right now.
And also,
Not too much.
And also to make that one more impactful, you did land on a horse and infected it with worms.
Man, it's going to do that thing with the bears that you see in the pictures where they're just pooping up all the worms and running down the road. And looks like they got a set of streamers coming out of them while they're running. You did that.
Oh, gross. Oh.
Oh, Death, congratulations.
What?
Exactly.
What?
All right, I'm going to turn the recording off.
Don't smile at me, Nate. What?